Yes, I found not one but two Grand Slam champions, and I think that's only fitting for what we've seen tonight, which is history being made on a tennis court. First of all, I think girls, Venus deserves the first word, doesn't she? Has there ever been a more magnanimous loser on a Grand Slam tennis court? She was just glorious in her speech tonight, paying tribute to her sister. It seemed like her overriding emotion was pride at her younger sister's achievements, Marion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole match was just made of emotions. And I have to admit I cried during both of their speeches, because I think it was just beautiful. It was just pure moment of love and sharing at the same times, and the love for each other and also respect. And I just love also what Serena said, Venus was never away. So we all use the word comeback, but in the fact she was a 7-time Grand Slam champion. She just had to deal with other issue, but not on the tennis court. Every time she was stepping on the tennis court, she was the one to beat. So that's something I think Serena was just so graceful to just emphasize once again to all of us. But that moment in the first set when Serena just literally knelt down, cracking her racket at the ground and starting to really feel so much pressure and anxiety in a way, was crucial to me. When she was able to regroup and restart the engine, she was slightly better than Venus, but that crucial moment in that first set was a turning point of that match.
Absolutely. Mary, would you agree in terms of how the actual match played out? It was a very, very nervy start from Serena, but once she settled, she seemed to run away with it, didn't she?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Marion. And just watching that match, you could feel the tension and you could feel the emotions that were there, and you could see how both sisters were trying to block each other one out and just think, okay, I'm not playing my sister, but it was just so strong and so much there. And exactly when Serena broke her racket, for me it was a moment where she just let everything out, all of those emotions that were bottled up and all the frustration, and just then obviously she was able to kind of let go and try to just, okay, now get into this match, and I'm just playing another opponent. I think that was the hardest part for both of them today.
Yeah, and even Venus, there was so much emotion from her as well. She's usually, excuse the pun, so serene on a tennis court, so much more serene than Serena, and yet there was a lot of emotion from her tonight.
Yes, I think, the amount of effort she put in during those first 6 matches, I think no one quite realized how difficult it has been for her to just get back to that final. She was really struggling physically. She was playing on tough condition as well. She was playing on most of the days of the really hot days in the first week on the outside court as well, not only on the Rodeva Arena, which are a lot tougher to play in. So the amount of effort she had to go through to be in the final, which is also coming tonight, because she really wanted that match. She really wanted to just not being the opponent of Serena. She wanted to win another Grand Slam after everything she went through. And I think, exactly as Mary said, for both of them, it was so hard to block the fact that I'm playing my siblings, I'm playing someone I grew up with, I'm playing someone I idolize so much, and just say, no, I'm not playing that person, I'm playing just another opponent. It's so hard to do.
Thankfully, we did hear her say in the speech that she hopes to be back here next year, and we'd certainly welcome that. Mary, we've talked a lot about the journey Venus has been on. Serena called it a comeback, but Serena, 6 years ago, she suffered from a pulmonary embolism, and her father, Richard, said he thought she was going to die. She's been on her own pretty extraordinary journey herself.
Yes, they both have been through a lot in their lives personally and in tennis with injuries. And when you think about it, Serena, who almost died 6 years ago, and here she is winning all these titles in just incredible shape physically, and one of the best competitors in the world. And I know what that feels like. I've been through it, where I've had injuries and my ranking has gone down to almost 300, and then you have to almost start over again, and it's a lot of hard work to get fit again and come back. And so these victories are just so much sweeter, and they mean so much more.
Absolutely. I think it was pretty clear how sweet that victory was, and it's really difficult to sum up in words. 23 Grand Slam titles. She's overtaken Steffi Graf. I'm sure now she'll be desperate to go for Margaret Court's record, and of course she's also back to world number 1, which I'm sure Mary and Marion would agree is exactly where she belongs, Rob.
Yeah, I think